I'm 61 and 9/10 years old. I turn 62 next month. And I've had very big dreams in my life, but I've talked myself out of them because what I've realized is I didn't have much grit. I was not very comfortable with the uncomfortable. I wanted guarantees, which life does not offer. Do you trust yourself? If your answer is no, or if you aren't sure, we should hang out for a few minutes. How does self mistrust manifest? It looks like second guessing yourself, the inability to make decisions, not establishing boundaries with people, being too agreeable, procrastination, that one's me, and speaking to or about yourself badly, that one's me as well. So, why don't people trust themselves? We're punishing ourselves for past mistakes. We want guarantees because we're really uncomfortable with the unknown. We trust the opinions of others more than we trust our own. Sometimes we're not raised to be independent thinkers. And then we break our promises to ourselves, proving ourselves untrustworthy. Yeah. How do we build self trust? This is what I recommend. Choose three micro commitments that are really tiny. Don't second guess yourself. I'll give you an example. It can be I'm going on a 10-minute walk every day. I'm going to make up my bed. I'm going to drink 6 glasses of water per day. But choose three things that will be beneficial to you that you can also stick to. And remember, practice, practice, practice to become dependable. You're building the muscle to begin to trust yourself. And also challenge those voices in your head. There is a brilliant woman by the name of Byron Katie, and she has something that she calls the work. The work is a list of 4 questions that you can ask yourself. And the name of this channel is the Soulful Question. These are very soulful questions, but very simple. And this is a way for you to challenge that voice that speaks badly about you. Byron Katie's 4 liberating questions, known as the work, are as follows. 1, is it true? 2, can you absolutely know it's true? 3, how do you react when you believe that thought? And 4, who would you be without that thought? Those questions are simple, but they're deep. And it actually works better if you write them down. And then lastly, get in community of positive people, people who don't put you down, but people who lift you up. So I'd like to share what this looks like in my life and why this topic is important to me. So I'm 61 and 9/10 years old. I turn 62 next month. And I've had very big dreams in my life, but I've talked myself out of them because what I've realized is I didn't have much grit. I was not very comfortable with the uncomfortable. I wanted guarantees, which life does not offer. So when I talked about doing those 3 micro commitments, one of the things that does is get you in the habit of follow through, which I've actually been kind of poor at as well. And it caused a lot of procrastination. When I mentioned self talk, one of the things that has prevented me from following through has been my weight. And then it becomes just a self fulfilling cycle. Oh, well, I can't do that because I'm too big to be on camera. So I've had a lot of all or nothing thinking in my life. And there are a lot of self development tools, like what I mentioned earlier with Byron Katie's The Work, where you question yourself. That's how this was born. The soulful question was something that was implanted in me, I believe, by my creator, because I started asking myself soulful questions about who I am, who I want to be, what I want to have, and what I want to do. So here's a helpful resource for you. Vishen Lakiani, who is the founder of Mind Valley, which is a great self development outfit, by the way. They have tons of resources for you. He has what's called a 6 phase meditation. You can actually find it here on YouTube in different incarnations. I know one of the earliest incarnations had as step 6, which he calls the blessing. He called it high fiving God. So I want you to remember that you are not alone. He also calls it the universal fist bump. But when I do it, I literally, in my mind, I'm high fiving, so if you are a believer, take that into your day with you. If you believe in nature, get by a tree and do your meditation. Queen Bee has a song called Me, Myself, and I. And in the song, she says, from now on, I'm going to be my own best friend. That's my wish for you, that you become your own best friend. But remember that you are not alone. I'd like to thank you for stopping by. My name is Carissa Jones, and this is The Soulful Question. You can also find me on Threads where I post daily. That's a real community builder for me. I like to have conversations. I love for people to comment and toss ideas with me. You can also find me on IG under the same name. I would love it here if you would comment what you're going to do as far as one or maybe even all three of your micro commitments. And also, I'd appreciate it if you do at least one action, that comment, subscribe, like, or share. Have a great day.